No, it looks that bad. Good morning, everybody. That eyebrow don't never do right. This one is down and this one is up. Just look over it, family. I don't know. And they really like that, though. That's the real eyebrows. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Y'all getting up and get ready for y'all Ishtar events today? Everybody getting up and get ready for the Ishtar events? Is that what we doing over here? Huh? Y'all ready for your Ishtar events at the Tabernacles of the Devil? No, I'm just playing. Let me stop for the church people being tried. But all right, good. So we gonna talk about Jesus's resurrection, but not like you probably gonna hear on every other channel today. I need y'all to head over to sacred text on your handy dandy notebooks you got. Cause we gonna talk about it, but not in the way the rest of the world probably gonna be talking about it today. Y'all wanna do that? Y'all wanna do that? Good morning, Auntie. Hmm. Y'all need to go to sacred text and go to the lost books. I'm about to walk y'all through it. Those of you that are new, because I'm about to bust your head. Some of y'all head already been busted, but for the newbies, we about to bust your head today too. Is y'all ready? Good morning. We starting class early because I already know y'all about to be taking y'all kids out to participate in all of the festivities. Just bring me back some food. I don't even care about the rest of it. Just bring me back some food. You know, just bring me back some food. All right. So if you knew, I'm about to show y'all. Come on. This is the website you need to be at right here. See this? It's like sacredtext.com right there. You need to go here. But this is not what it's going to look like on the home page. Hold on. Let me go to the home page. So y'all be, okay. Here we go. Here we go. So this is what you're going to see on the home page right here. Y'all getting it? Okay. Y'all getting this? Okay. And then you're going to click on this lady with the baby right there. Boom. Scroll down or up, whichever you call it. And right under all that long list right there, right here, you're going to bust that open like that. And I'm doing this backwards, so give me a minute. Come on now. That part. I'm going to make the regular food I normally make. Tell them, Auntie. I don't like this. Wait a minute. See, this is the issue. Okay, go on. I need to set this thing up. Finish doing it. Okay, so you're going to do that. Lost Books of the Bible by Rutherford Platt. You're going to click that. And then you're going to go down in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th line on there. It says the Gospel of Nicodemus. You see it right there? The guy formerly called the Acts of Pontius Pilate. I need y'all to tap on that. Is y'all ready? Everybody? Anybody? Excuse me. Ooh, I ate some beef in the last couple. Well, actually, I ate a lot of beef in this last week, and I don't normally do that. So my stomach is not happy with me. But I had a craving for some, just all of it. Philly's cheesesteaks and fajitas, and so it's been a lot of beef in my life, and I don't normally eat it, but I sure had a craving for it, and I ate it, and now I'm paying for it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. So we going to the book of Nicodemus, y'all. I might have too many windows open. Hold on, cause I be having 1,000. Oh yeah, that's it. It's just cause it's trying to run 17,000 apps. And on my app, I've got my computer. It's 3 iPads and my phone, so it might take a minute to catch up. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. How y'all doing over here? Ooh, I'm gonna turn this on. It's a little chill. I'm gonna wait because we only been on 5 minutes. there we go. Yes, ma'am. Miss Rose said thank you for the blessings, y'all. We gotta make sure our little babies is together. Miss Rose said thank you to everybody that gave. I didn't forget. He told me to wait until a specific time. I don't know what was supposed to happen before that, but yesterday was the day. So, because it's been on my mind, but he kept telling me to wait. So I'm like, all right, well, what day then? And then he told me yesterday. So there we go. Yes, I'm grateful. It made me happy. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully it does. Is y'all ready? Is we ready? Is y'all ready over here? Everybody at church today already know what's going on. You're welcome, okay. You can bless me and bless others. God be seeing. Y'all don't be thinking that, but God sees everything you do. And when you give and don't expect nothing back, God bring it back to you multiply, baby. I told y'all how this works. Who believe it now? Who believe that you can give away $2 and God will turn it into 200? Like, it's a real thing. That's why I don't be trying to be on no funny stuff, honey. The more you give, the more he give you. And as y'all can see, I don't got room to put nothing. He said, if you do what I ask you to do, you won't have room enough to receive it. That means you ain't got no space to take nothing else. Mm-hmm. And people gonna be mad at you because they gonna be like, they do not deserve that. First of all, you need to stay out of my business. Because you don't know that every time I see a homeless person, I'm handing out something. I don't care if it's food or whatever else. And so what you see as, oh, she just got that because you don't see the small seeds that I sowed maybe for 6 months, a year, 2, 3 years. You don't see that. Yep, you listen, I'm not talking about food right now. Are you serious? Don't do that. We're not talking about food. And whatever type of protein I got in my house, I'm sorry to say it ain't nobody's business. What kind of toilet paper you got? You got Pine Sol or the generic? You wipe your butt twice or once? Huh? Amen. Thank you. I appreciate it. Vinegar and water. For real. It's been doing wonders for my skin. Vinegar and water. Now I wasn't stuck. I was waiting on the answer. Good morning, everybody. All right, so here we go. Once you get, okay, y'all, I'm gonna do this one more time. That's why I said I'm gonna wait 10 minutes. Okay, go to sacred text, go to the lady holding the baby, which is the Apocrypha. Go down that list to after all. Okay, we're just gonna go there. Right here. Okay. See it? You're gonna go down to the 11th one that says the Gospel of Nicodemus. Once you hit, oh, wait a minute, go back one more circle. Okay. So once you hit the Apocrypha, you're gonna see this. Other Apocrypha. You go past this little bitty list and click on the lost books right under that. Go down and you go to the 11th one and click the Gospel of Nicodemus. Okay. Or just type in the Book of Nicodemus sacred text online and it's going to go right there. You printed it out from that site? Okay. See? I told you I got printed books. But I had nobody to get them, baby. If I could find them at Google half price or a garage sale, don't let me find a PDF, honey. That printer about to be working. Do you hear me? 200 pages, 300 pages. I got HP print, so I'm paying for it anyway. Come on with that. And they send me the paper and the ink. So what? Go on. Let's get it popping. And got my little stuff. I had a whole pudger at one point in time. I did not care. I bought all them little plastic things and put the chapters in there. I done did all of it. Thank you so much. Y'all know I got a lot. Well, y'all don't know. I got a closet, literally a closet full of scarves that I never ever wear. Well, sometimes I don't be wanting to look completely crazy. And I was like, I got all these scars and I don't never wear them. And I got locks to actually fill them up because there used to be other stuff in here, t-shirts and whatnot. Y'all know the deal. Making fake buns. But now this mine's. And so then I could wear them now. So there's that. Well, I ain't been wearing, I get hot though. That's the thing. I start sweating and have to pull this off. So, but thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So let's come on, y'all. Get there. Let's go, because this is going to be good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Let's get there, because I want us to, if you've already read the book of Nicodemus, if you've already read the book of Nicodemus, please do not spoil it. Do not go ahead and be trying to hurry up and answer the questions. That don't make me feel like you a great student. That make me feel like you want to ruin it for the other people, because I like suspense. So if you're new here or old, please don't try to teach my class for me. You can teach your own, just don't try to teach mine. Okay? Thanks. Just putting it out there. That way we ain't got to have no problems, because listen. Okay? Hey, everybody got their own opportunity to do whatever they want to do. Just not here. Just not over here. Don't do it over here. Please. All right, let me move this. Lord, help me get together, Jesus. Because this is a lot. I got electrical things by liquidy things, and I don't do that. Give me a second, y'all. That's how you waste your money right there. Don't keep no liquids by none of my electronics. I don't care how little. Okay, let's do that right here like that. Okay. Thank you, Lord, for everything you give me. Oh, this was in my mind earlier as well. If you waste, why would he give you more? Yeah, I will, but not right now. Thank you so much. Y'all hear me? If you waste, why would he give you more? If you complain about what he already, if you complain about what he already, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't like repeating myself. You're going to have to listen the first time. That's not, I don't do that. I'm over it now. You're going to have to get there. I love y'all. I'm not going to keep saying it, because that's going to stop me from what I was getting ready to say, which you just threw my whole thought off. Here we go. It's okay. If you complain about what he already gives you, why would he give you more? So if you complain about your house, why would he give you a better one? If you complain about the job that you begged him for, why would he give you a better one or position? If you act nasty in the position that you're in, why would he promote you? If you complain about the car that you begged for 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, why would he give you another one? One of the things that I learned in my walk with God is gratitude goes a lot longer than I wish he'd hurry up and why he ain't gave. He's like, I already gave you everything you asked for, and you still complaining. You're still complaining. Don't forget when you was destitute for this. Don't forget when you was begging me for this, and I went on and gave it to you. And now you're still not happy. It's still not good enough. You don't have to have nothing. And it's a lot of people that's about to see how much they just is not owed, honey, because that entitlement, the spirit of entitlement comes from the enemy, y'all. Yes. Yes, gratitude goes a long way. You're not entitled to nothing. But do y'all know who had the spirit of entitlement? Lucifer himself and the other angels that fell with him, and the giants and the watchers and those people. They expected praise and all of this. You gonna get nothing. You're dirt. A sack of worms, for real. Because if you lay outside long enough, baby, we gonna see what you're made of. Flies and worms and parasites and nasty smelling gases and everything. So what do you deserve again, filthy? It's parasites living in your body right now. It's worms living in your body right now. It's filthy, nasty things living in your body right now. So what praise do you deserve? You're not clean. None of us are. So when you complain about what he has already given dirt, you gonna go outside and take your money and lay it in the dirt? You gonna take your steak that you just bought and cooked and marinated and give it to the dirt? That's what God do. Every time he give you something, he's literally giving to dirt. As a matter of fact, this whole supposed day is supposed to be about the blood that ran into the dirt to clean the dirt. Who came out of the earth? Who came out of the dirt? Who go back to the dirt? So you think that that wasn't a part of God's plan for him to let his holy blood flow down into the nasty, filthy, dirty earth, which we all come out of? Now, see, look at that. Before the Spirit was inhabited in us, because remember, the Holy Ghost came after, right? They was tarrying for the Holy Ghost, right? Right? So why didn't God let the Spirit go into the people before he let Jesus's blood go into the dirt? Because this was already filthy. So when Jesus's blood hit the dirt, it didn't matter if it was only in that little space, because he is God. It's going to touch every dirt on the earth. No matter where these kids is born at, it's touching the dirt. He purified the dirt with his blood before he purified he purified the container that it was going to be in before he put his Spirit into that. Did y'all get this? His blood ran into the dirt before the Spirit inhabited the bodies. We all made out of dirt. So he let his blood run into what we are all made out of first, the container, and then he filled it. Why didn't let the Spirit come and then let his blood run into the dirt? You gonna take a nasty cup and pour your juice in there before you wash it out and it already got mold on the bottom? No. Because now whatever you poured in there ain't no good. We in the book of Nicodemus on sacred text. Do y'all see how powerful that is? His cleansing blood ran into the dirt first. We come from the dirt, we go back to the dirt. Then he allowed the Spirit to inhabit us. He cleansed this first. And what's so funny is when you have your baptism, normally you get baptized and then you get filled with the Holy Ghost. So the container is washed again, and then you can be filled. Y'all getting it? Same principle over and over again. Over and over again. It's like recycled air. It was smoky and then it ain't, because it go through a purifying machine. Well, the purifying machine was Jesus. The charcoal filter, my daddy blood and DNA. Y'all getting that? Thank you. I don't know why you're doing that, but Okay. So think about that every time you want to complain. That every time God sends you money, he's literally putting money into the dirt. Okay. Every time he sends you a gold necklace, he's putting it back into the dirt. He's laying it on the dirt. Okay. He's letting dirt drive new cars. He's letting dirt live in new houses and beautiful beds with white sheets and silver headboard. He's giving dirt the finest food. Would you do it? Would you do it? Would you take your whole check and just go lay it outside in the dirt? Because that's what he do every time he give you something. Please don't complain. Because you don't have to have nothing. You don't have to have anything. Okay, so let's get to this. Okay, y'all ready? It says Annas and Caiaphas, Sumas and Datam, Gamaliel, Judas, Levi, Naphtali, Alexander, Cyrus, and the other Jews went to Pilate about Jesus. Okay? Went to Pilate about Jesus, accusing him with many bad crimes. What does the word accuse mean, y'all? What's the word accuse mean? Okay, but what's the definition? Y'all know we be wanting the Websters around here because there'll be a little other words in there. Can somebody go copy and paste? What's it mean to accuse somebody? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To charge with fault or offense. To charge with fault or offense. A person or group being charged for trial. Charge someone with an offense or a crime. Okay. All right. Okay. A charge or a claim. A charge with a shortcoming or error. Good job. Oh, I like it. Person or group or people who are charged with a crime. Okay, so now that we know that these Jews, it wasn't no Romans. Y'all see that right there? It says all these people, the homeboys, and Cyrus and the other Jews went to Pilate about Jesus, accusing him with many bad crimes. So they accused Jesus of breaking the law. Oh, okay. And said, we are sure that Jesus is the son of Joseph, the carpenter, land born of Mary, and that he declares himself the Son of God and the King, and not only so, but attempts the dissolution of the Sabbath and the laws of our fathers. Girl, did you hear? I'm looking out the window right now. You remember Joseph? Yeah. And Mary. Mary got pregnant at 14. 13, I think. They talking about she a good girl. I think a tale came out that they sent her to that girls' school up there, that church school, honey, and she came out pregnant. So who was she messing with up there? They said ain't nobody been in there but the her belly poking, baby. Huh? Joseph been gone for 6 months, girl. You know he got that job. They be contracting him out and stuff. He be doing construction, so he be traveling. How she get pregnant? Because the same night that they got married, I was sitting outside on the porch when he left. He pushed her in the door. He went on. He already had his truck packed up. Girl, I'm telling you, I was sitting outside watching him. It be some man going in there, and then I see a whole bunch of light, and then he leave. I don't know what be going in there with Joseph. Ain't been here in 6 months. He gonna flip his lid when he get back. Yeah, I told him not to marry that young girl. I don't care what the priest said. I wouldn't have did it. Hold on. Hello. I ain't seen it. He out there talking about he the Lord. Girl, please. I saw that boy mama. I got somebody on the matter of fact, I'm just gonna click you in. Hold on. He talking about he the Lord and the King of Kings. Girl, I saw Mary Belly with him. She wasn't floating around or nothing. I don't know, but Joe's supposed to be back tomorrow. Because my husband, they went on the same, they work for the same company. You said what? I done went back and forth, but y'all can see he had a conversation with he the Lord. He ain't the Lord. Could y'all imagine the gossip that was going on when Jesus was being born? Then we done read the infancy. Okay. I know it was some busybody women. It ain't never not been no messy women. You hear me? They was running their mouth. Now he talking about, look, now it's 30 years late. Girl, Jesus is that girl. His mama was talking about she didn't get pregnant by no man. And now his boy out here talking about he's the Lord. Girl. They all cry. I think they got a little mental illness. You know, Rahab was his great grandma. And, you know, it might have been something with her. She might have got messed up when she was running that whorehouse. Huh? You didn't know his grandma was a madam? Girl, yeah. And his mama got pregnant at 14, so what that tell you? Girl, please. And he holy and she holy. I don't know how. And your husband was out of town and your belly started growing. I'm just saying. Y'all didn't hear those? Mary was a teen mother, and her husband was out of town when her belly started growing. Y'all already know who was running through Jerusalem. I don't know why she trying to hide that stomach under that tunic. We can see her belly growing, and her face then got full, baby. Ain't nobody fool. Y'all don't want to talk about the messy people from the Bible, okay? Because they sound just like the church folks of the day. Want everybody business. Know they grandma, great grandma, all of it. Let me stop. Okay, so back to the lesson. The poor baby, right? She probably was going through all kind of stuff. You got pregnant by the Spirit of the Lord. Baby, this baby don't even know what sex is. Somebody need to go and tell. Her mama didn't tell her about that. Well, you know she was raised in the church. Literally. The news on in the secretary said, just ask AI is it gonna wipe out all humankind. Oh, we know, nephew. Come on, we just moving on. We're doing this today. Okay. All right. So, Pilate replied, "What is it which he declares, and what is it which he attempts dissolving?" The Jews told him, we have a law in our church which forbids doing cures on the Sabbath day. Y'all got that? The church people went to Pilate and said, he's healing people on Saturday. He's not supposed to do that. After the fact that the people been sick their whole life, right? Church people, y'all laws is more important than people being healed. Y'all laws is more important than people being set free mentally. How y'all look in the aesthetic of your church looks like it's working. But is it? Is it? Okay. All right. But he cures both the lame and the deaf, those afflicted with palsy, the blind, the lepers, the demoniacs, and on that day by wicked methods. So the people filled with demons, the people that can't walk, the people that can't hear, the people that have any type of palsy, the blind, and the people that are considered diseased. He's making them whole, and the church people was mad. Why? Because they can't get $1 off of it. He healed them for free. They didn't have to buy no special oil. They didn't have to buy a special prayer cloth or rock. They just had to believe that God is a healer. They didn't have to go through anyone to be healed. Could that be why they were angry? Or were they angry that somebody that didn't look like a church person was actually getting the job done? Because all these Jews had scrolls under their head covering thing. They had scrolls in their literally scrolls in their drawers. In every layer of their clothes, there were scrolls sewn into the trim. They literally walked around with the Bible on them all day and didn't even recognize the Bible when it was in their face. But they trying to get somebody to follow their laws. And they didn't even know that the law was looking at them. Jesus didn't look like them because the clothes that the priest wore and the clothes that Jesus wore was completely different. That's why it talks about his raiment. And if you go describe and look at what the priest wore and what Jesus was wearing, it was two different things. No, he didn't dress like them. Just like I don't dress like the normal ministers and I don't dress like the normal church people either. And when they see me lay hands, they try to say it's through demons. Well, the people still healed right now. How many miracles y'all had in y'all church lately? How many people's hearing without the help of doctors than being healed? How many people didn't start walking, or women that was losing their babies and couldn't carry their babies and then had 7? Because that's my story. And the church people was the main people telling the people not to listen to me and not to believe me because I ain't been in church in however long. So that don't mean the gifts that God put down in me. John the Baptist was never in church. What you got to say about that? He lived in the wilderness. Moses lived in the temple with the devil, literally. What? Witches and warlocks running all through Moses' house, or did we not know? Who knows that he was raised to do witchcraft? Moses was. What did the Egyptians do at that time? Who did Moses learn all his stuff from when he was a child in Egypt? How did he lead the people? Oh, Anybody ever thought that God, I mean, listen, Jesus was taught in Jerusalem. It was a lot of people that was taught. They had to go to school in Jerusalem. I mean, not Jerusalem, in Egypt. Yeah. It was not a coincidence that God allowed the Israelites to be taken into captivity in the smartest civilizations, and they were forced to do the things that they did, build the way, learn the tuning forks. God did that for his own good. One, because when I send you back to get my people out, you'll be able to tell them you can't do that. That's witchcraft. Oh, you can't tell me nothing. Actually, I used to do witchcraft. Actually, I did. Actually, I know exactly what that is. Actually, I can. I can't tell you shouldn't be doing that. Because I am you renewed. But look how many times the Israelites had to leave under the guise of night. They needed to know if they was going east or west or south. They needed to understand gravitational pull. They needed to understand all of that. And so God let his leaders go be taught in Egypt several times. And then snatched them right back out and used them to go back against the Egyptians. Ooh. Yeah. See, you got to understand. He said all the bad going to work out for his good. His plan, not according to his plan. See, people say that, but they don't think about that. If your daughter get a teen pregnancy, whose plan that's where, oh, well, I never wanted this for her. God wanted it for him. And the person that he made the parent. At 12, 13, 14, 15, it don't matter. God chose that. And when you go against that and say, oh, no, we're not doing this. Oh, okay, well, you don't know that was the grandkid that was going to be able to give you their liver in 15 years because they was a match to you. Or a piece of they bone marrow is the kid that's supposed to keep you alive. You just killed your cure. His plan, not yours. That baby might be the bone marrow match to your baby's bone marrow that you got right now. You don't know God's plan because you can't see past today. You don't even know if that child that you're trying to protect is going to live, and the extra baby is going to look just like your baby you got right now to heal your heart. You don't know God's plan. Y'all better quit playing with God's plan and worrying about what you want to do and understand what God is putting in your life. Your plan is more important than his plan for your life. My kids keep me alive in the lowest points in my life. My children. What if I would have listened to their daddies and my mama and got rid of my kids? In my lowest places in my life, I know I would have took my life. Because it was my kids' embrace. Mommy, it's going to be okay. Mommy, we got this. We done been through some stuff, but we gonna be okay. When nobody else's words could comfort me. You don't know God's plan. And we're gonna talk about it today. Because Mary didn't know God's plan. A little bit. Joseph, Pilate, Herod, the people that were shouting, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him. They was tired of Jesus because Jesus had been giving them the business since he was born. From the moment he came out of his mother's body, he was healing people. They couldn't get no money off of that. He dropping their kids. Oh no, your line gonna be already, but because he's God in the flesh as a child, he already knows the lineage of this person. And if you shoulder bump me and don't turn around and say I'm sorry, your kids is gonna be worse. It was Jesus, but it was God. Oh, I don't believe Jesus would do that. Well, God kills disrespectful people right now. What do you mean? He said a disobedient child shortens their days. What does that mean? He said that before Jesus got here. And then he was God in the flesh. And he got little kids shoulder bumping him, little kids lying on him, little kids kicking the water, and he made the water, the dirt, and the tadpoles. Now, he wasn't having none of that. Okay? Okay? You don't know God's plan for you, and you don't know God's plan for your husband, your kids. I told my kids, all of them, if you get a baby before 18, we just gonna be grandparents. We gonna be this what it is. Why would you say that? Mary was 14. Come again. And I bet you her cousin wasn't too much older than her when they babies leaped in each other's bellies. I didn't see no other stories about any other women other than them two, teenagers or very young women. You show me anybody else that the Holy Ghost came up in their womb while their mama was pregnant. The teen moms, it happened to. Not the sanctified sisters that's been. Okay? Do you see how this works? Because if human said she'd have been a 25-year-old educated woman that the church people would have had a whole spin on that. God said, no, I'm going to use a teen mom. And her husband going to be gone for 6 months. I need all that speculation to come out. Why would God do that? Why wouldn't he do the easier route? Because your plan ain't God's plan. And how you think it should go ain't how it gonna go. God don't need your opinion or your approval. He don't. I done learned. He don't. Okay. He don't. All right. So it says, Tyler replied, what is it that he declares and what is it which he attempts dissolving? We know he healed people, so we have 5. Pilate replied, how can he do this by wicked methods? They answered, he's a conjurer, and he casts out devils by the prince of the devils, and so all things become subject to him. Then Pilate said, casting out devils seems not to be the work of an unclean spirit, but to proceed from the power of God. And the Jews replied to Pilate, we entreat you, your highness, to summon him to appear before your tribunal and hear him yourself. I gotta do it. I got to. You just hold on a second. Where are you? Come on, in the room. Come on, in the room. Jesus is my doctor. He writes down all my scriptures. Y'all know that song? Your grandma used to sing it. She didn't say prescription. She said it writes down all my scriptures. Mm-hmm. You just wait one moment here. You just wait. We're going to call me Reverend Messy B. Okay? That's what we're going to call me on the day. I'm Reverend Messy B. Reverend Messy B. Because it's about how they was looking around there. Caiaphas and them. It's about how they was around there looking. Okay. They had their little staffs and stuff. So now they in front of Pilate. I'm Reverend Messy B. And I'm going to tell you about Jesus. Okay? Jesus had the nerve to come into our 5 o'clock morning prayer. Now, we pray quietly in our church. It is a time of solemn assembly. We just going to get together and we're going to pray quiet. We heard a sister back there moaning. She been sick with something for a long time. And Jesus then got his happy tail up there and then walked over and laid his hand. We don't do that around here. He ain't ordained in our church. He don't follow our rules. He ain't went through our new members program. We got bishops here. We don't believe in deliverance. We don't do all that over here. We can't keep getting our money if she get well. We don't want him around here. What you gonna do about him, Pilate? He don't follow our laws. We got bylaws in the Codic. We got bylaws in the PAW. We got bylaws in the UPC. We got bylaws in the Bishop in the Baptist. We got bylaws and bylaws and tri-laws and all of that don't got nothing to do with healing God's people, but we don't go to the law on you and let you know that we don't do that around. We don't heal our saints because then we can't sell them nothing. We don't let them tell their testimonies around here so they can get free because then they won't need us no more. We only give them a piece of the word around here so they got to come to us because we are the ministers. And you should not be able to get your word. Our law says that the priest only do what he's doing around here. And Pilate's like, wait a minute, hold on. Okay. So you're mad because the sick people are not sick anymore? And then you're mad because he's doing it on a Saturday. Really? I don't really see. How are you casting out demons with demons? I mean, you got to explain that to me. I thought demons were evil spirits, right? So then why would evil spirits be casting out other evil spirits? That doesn't. I don't get it. You get it? No? How about you? You ever heard anything like that? No? All right. The priest said, nah, just let us bring them to you. You gonna see. He ain't one of us. He don't act like us. He don't talk like us. He sit over there at the strip club with the drunks. He over in the dope spot in a trap house with the crackheads. How is he saved? Every time I see him, he walking in a liquor store with somebody. I seen him down there with the prostitutes at the wedding. He's saved. Well, why I always see him in a place where saved people ain't at? If he's so saved. Maybe that's why the people that was in those places was getting healed and he was mad because they were. So he doing witchcraft because he go to places y'all won't go and get the souls y'all swear up and down y'all saving. So he a witch. Because people can come to the WOIU community and get healed by the real name of Jesus. And by the word of God, that's medicine. I got to be a witch. Because people are being healed from mental illness. I got to be a witch. Because people's relationship was growing outside. And they are not giving their money to places where the people that need it don't see it. They actually sending their money to where people get it. And they being blessed. And I got to be a witch. Marriages are being put back together. Father and son, daughter and mother relationships are growing. And that's witchcraft. People are buying more books than they never bought the whole time they've been in your church. And guess what? Reading hours and 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 hours a day. And that's witchcraft. Really. They studying science. They getting off medications because they know, oh, this is the name of a demon. No, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm taking my baby off this medicine. But that's witchcraft. Not sending them back to the doctor so they can come and fake prophesy about how God gonna heal them because the doctor then gave them another pill. Hallelujah. I done went to the witch doctor again, Pastor. Really? But I'm telling people, hey, get some oil, put it on your knee. Have your baby come put it on your knee. They're the closest thing to God. Here, have your baby pray over your knee and watch it stop hurting. For real, for real. Stop thinking dirty thoughts or mean thoughts against people and your headaches will go away. Whatever you use to sin against God, that is what he is going to punish. And that's witchcraft. Really. Oh. So God's people are being snatched out of the hand of the devil, and that's at the hands of the devil. I ain't never known no COs or wardens to, I don't see a warden letting somebody out to run and go catch them again. They just don't. They just not going to let you out. And if you get out, it is a massive hunt because the devil don't let you go that easy. So when I read this and I see things that have happened in my life, I gotta be on the right track because the same things they were saying about Jesus, they say about me. Good. I look like his kid then. I act like it. Whether I look like it, I'm acting like it. That's all that matters. Because he said, I don't know you. You ain't my kid. Maury. I mean, it look like me, but they say if you feed it, if it's long enough, it'll look like you. I've been feeding them, but they not mad. Because they don't act like me. They're not going in the trenches to get the drug addicts and the people that have been abused. They're not doing that, but I sat in the trap house with them. Not doing no drugs, not none of that. I don't got to go there and participate, but I'm going to sit outside and talk to everybody that come out. Now, I'm not telling y'all to do that. Don't put yourself in no crazy situation. But I'm giving y'all an example of what Jesus did. He went to the drunk house where they playing cards and it's all of that. He went there. He went to the murderers' houses. He went to the people's houses that might have practiced relationships that the other people didn't feel like was okay. He went and chilled with them. But the church was mad about that. The people that were supposed to be called to do these very things was mad that Jesus was doing it, so much so that they went to the officials to have him drug in front of them. All because people were being healed and getting a better relationship with God, and you mad. You need to quit listening to her. You need to quit buying all them books. You need to quit. You need to quit. You need to quit. That's exactly what the church people were saying back then, too. Right? Or no? Yeah. Ain't that what the church people were saying back then? Telling Jesus to be quiet? They was trying to shut him up. What is he talking about? He always talking about something. And yet the crowds kept growing bigger and bigger away from the church and to where Jesus was. If he was in the boat, in the mountaintop, in the hole of the pit, they was waiting. Well, what you said, Jesus? Did he say anything to you? You heard anything from Jesus? Did he say anything to you? Did he say anything to you? Okay, listen. Shutting down their gigs. What you just said? They couldn't fake all they whatever they've been faking the whole time. All right. So if you have been renewed by the Holy Ghost, your life should mimic Jesus's life and not the Jews. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, the people that looked like they had Jesus, but they didn't even know him for real. He was in their face and they killed him. So you represent God, but you don't even know it when you see him. Right. Okay. All right. Then Pilate called a messenger and said to him, by what means will Christ be brought here? Then went the messenger forth, and knowing Christ, worshipped him, and having spread the cloak which he had in his hand upon the ground, he said, Lord, walk upon this, and for the governor calls thee. So there was somebody that was a follower of Christ that was in the court of Pilate. God always got him a mole somewhere. It's always a mole for the Lord. So the same messenger that Pilate sent to go get Jesus was a follower of Jesus. And he took his cloak off and said, Lord, they calling for you here. Jesus like, it's okay. I already know, but thank you. Walked on up. Yeah. See, the person you think you had hunting or whatever it is, be my homeboy. The person you think you sending for me is my homeboy. They done told me the whole plot. Oh, they was? Oh, so that's what they was. Okay. Well, look, let's do this then. Because I don't tell you everybody I know. For a reason. Moving on. All right. He said, when the Jews perceived what the messenger had done, they exclaimed against him too to Pilate and said, why did you not give him his summons by a beetle and not by a messenger? For the messenger, when he saw him, worshipped him and spread the cloak which he had in his hand upon the ground before him and said to him, Lord, the governor calls thee. Church folks is always in somebody's business. First, y'all was mad at Jesus because he healing people and people was getting right. Then y'all mad because the dude that y'all done had said, call him up here then, go get him. Then y'all mad again. Church people always mad. I told you that's why I do not want to be a part of that mess. Now y'all mad because the person that Pilate, the person y'all trying to drag Jesus in front of, said, Lord, they calling you to the thing. Now you're mad about that. So now y'all went back to Pilate and said, oh, okay, so why you seeing somebody that was a follower of his? Why you seeing his best friend over there? Why you didn't send somebody that didn't like him? You said, y'all said, bring him. I can send who I want to send. Do y'all see how crazy these church people is? No. Every little thing they telling. I've been in a church like that. Matter of fact, just about all of them. Every little thing you do, they running back and telling the pastor, but ain't saying nothing about the stuff they doing at their house. Amen. She always in trouble with the pastor, and you always watching her business. How you know? Unless you the one telling. Hmm. Hmm. Nobody want to answer that. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't like that. I feel like a Smurf with my hair like this. I'm gonna be Mama Smurf today. I can't be Papa. Be Mama Smurf. Be Mama Smurf today. Mm-hmm. I feel like a Smurf in this mug. You hear me? Yes, I do. All right, moving on. Okay, Smurf it. I knew it. Yeah. Oh, I feel like a Smurf. Okay. So, ding, ding, ding. All right. So then Pilate called his messenger, this 11, y'all, and said, why hast thou done this? And the messenger replied, when thou sentest me from Jerusalem to Alexander, I saw Jesus sitting in a mean figure upon a she ass, and the children of the Hebrews crying out, Hosanna, holding boughs of trees in their hands. Others spread their garments in the way, and said, save us, thou who art in heaven. Blessed is he who cometh in the name of the Lord. And the Jews cried out against the messenger and said, the children of the Hebrews made their acclamations in the Hebrew language. And how couldst thou, who art Greek, understand Hebrew? And the messenger answered them and said, I asked one of the Jews what he said. They always be mad. So Pilate said, you Greek. You don't know Hebrew. He said, I just asked them what they said. Why is y'all trying to make this all technical? I literally just asked him, what did they say? It was a Google translator back then. Look at that. They said, how did you know that's what he was saying? I could see the church people now. You interpret. Oh, so you interpret tongues. And who gave you this? And how do you know that it's true? That's literally what they said. They asked him, how do you know how do you agree? How do you know what they said? He said, first of all, when I went over there, I saw that everybody was laying down their stuff. So I was listening, and then I just asked somebody what they said. So simple. You said, yep, that's them all right. Uh-huh. All right, so the spirit ain't changed. Oh. The messenger answered them and said, I asked one of the Jews and said, what is this which the children do cry out in the Hebrew language? And he explained it to me, saying, they cry out, Hosanna, which is being interpreted is, O Lord, save me, or O Lord, save. Pilate then said to them, why do you yourselves testify to the words spoken by the children, namely by your silence? And what has the messenger done amiss? And they were silent. He said, why is y'all worried about it? They didn't have nothing to say. The Jews was quiet. So when Pilate turned it back on, he was like, why is you worried about, why is this concerning y'all? Why is you worried about why he even know what they said? Tell me that ain't church people. If you've ever been an extended member of a church, tell me that is not church people. I didn't say God's kids, I said church folks. It's the difference. So then the spirit of the church hasn't changed. The same place where God went in there turning over turning over tables and kicking and hitting people, the spirit there hasn't changed much. And the people that was outside WOIU was cast out, and they was always trying to get it. Why is y'all worried? If y'all got God in there, why is y'all worried about the God we got out here? If y'all got him so good, why do y'all care? Because y'all got to come over here to hear what we saying. Which means the Jews probably had somebody follow the messenger to go get Jesus. Go and see what they're saying, sister. You go and you stay in their room, and I'm going to stay over here so we can see what they be saying about Pastor and the first lady. Because I don't think they like her. No, you don't like her. So you're going to do exactly how the Jews did and get somebody riled up against her, so you don't got to do it. I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Moving on. What y'all think about this part of the Jesus story? I need to make me some coffee too. Spies now, spies back then day. Ain't nothing changed. I'll be right back. Sorry, I know I be having to go to the bathroom. I did good this time. I only went for in an hour. I only went to the bathroom one time. What's going on? Mm, that's hot. You just watched the story last night. Pretty cool. Well, let's get it popping. All right. So, come on. Okay. So it says, then the governor said unto the messenger, go forth and endeavor by any means to bring him in. So he said, do whatever you got to do to get Jesus here. But the messenger went forth and did as before and said, Lord, Lord, come in, for the governor calleth thee. So he went to Jesus twice. And Jesus was going in by the ensigns who carried the standards, the tops of them bowed down and worshiped Jesus. What's an ensign? Anybody know what an ensign is? I didn't forget. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I think it's a plant. Oh, it's a flag. It's a flag. We reading in the book of Nicodemus. It's a flag, y'all. So when Jesus walked by, all the flags that they had waving bowed down, like the flag poles just bent over. No, you didn't miss it. We're not talking about it. We doing something else right now. Uh-huh. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. All the flag poles just bent. Yep. Okay. Whereupon the Jews exclaimed more vehemently against the ensigns. Or I guess they were the people that colored the flag. Excuse me, not the flag, but the people that carried the flags. Excuse me. They carried the flags. So the people that carried the flags, they bowed. Excuse me. People that carried the flags, they bowed. So that enraged the church people even more. So not only is the servant a worshiper of Jesus, okay, the people that hold the flags when you going up the thing, they bow to him too. And they was pissed. Excuse me, y'all. They was mad. How are you angry? Church people, why is y'all mad that other people was getting reverence and not y'all? Ministers, bishops, pastors, and the like. I don't sit on the back row, baby. I'm gonna be in the pulpit or I ain't preaching. Oh. They didn't bring me nothing to drink, baby. I was up there preaching my heart out, honey. They couldn't even give me no juice and didn't give me no offering. I won't be going back over there to teach no more. Mm. Mm. All right. It says, but Pilate said to the Jews, I know it is not pleasing to you that the tops of the standards did of themselves bow and worship Jesus. But why do you exclaim against the ensigns as if they had bowed and worshiped? So y'all was mad at the messenger. Now y'all mad at the ensigns. Now y'all mad at Jesus. So everybody that then gave Jesus reverence, y'all don't like them. Hmm. And you steady trying to incite people or get people to not like him. Why? Why? Anybody? No? Is we frozen? Jealousy. Good job. Because they wanted to be praised and considered sanctified. Ooh, because they look like church people when they go to church every Sunday. Mm, 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 mm. See, they don't be reading this part of the. They leave this out. Ain't this funny that this is left out of the part of Jesus in our regular Bible? They say he was drugged before Herod, but they don't go into detail about how much the Jews was doing before it got to that point. They leave this out. They leave this out. Because then it'll make you look at the church people like this. Let me see your hands. Let me see if your hands as clean as you say they is. Let me see your hands. Let me see them. Maybe you're not as blameless as you say. You done been in church all your life. That don't mean nothing. I could have lived in the same building my whole life. That don't make me not a hoe. I've been married 22 years and you done had 17 boyfriends while you been married. What that mean? I ain't never hit her. That don't mean you don't beat her up every day. You still a woman beater just because you didn't hit her. Don't mean you ain't tagging this lady head every day. I ain't never cheated on you. Lies. Every time we break up for 2 days, you go sleep with somebody else. You already know we ain't broke up and you know you're going to be home on Monday. So, yeah, you cheated. You didn't take your stuff. You already had it planned on Wednesday that you was going to fight with me on Thursday. So, you didn't have to be here Friday, Saturday, and then you was going to come home on Sunday like, huh? Yeah, you cheated. Oh, I broke up with you. Nigga. I saw you acting funny on Monday. I saw you start getting your stuff together on Monday. Now you want to walk out the house. Normally, I'm about to go to the store. You didn't say nothing. I just looked around and you weren't here. Because you couldn't figure out a lot to tell me to get out the house crazy. You grown, do what you want to do. I don't have to see you. My daddy do. And what you don't know is I had a dream about this 2 weeks ago. It's in my journal. And that's why I'm not bothered. Because God see everything. As long as I stay connected to him, he gonna let me know when you doing me wrong, trying to get over, trying to steal, trying to be loose around with it. He gonna let me know everything. I don't gotta say nothing, and I don't even gotta tell you I know. I learned. That's why it was certain people that God kept to keep his secrets, because he knew they wasn't gonna go run it. Everybody ain't able to hold water. And maybe that's why he always taking you back to the potter's wheel, because you got cracks, and every time he try to tell you something, you can't even hold it for 2 weeks. You don't care how detrimental it's gonna be for you to tell what it is. You just gonna say it. I can say whatever I want to say. Well, everything ain't meant to be repeated. It ain't everybody business. And don't be mad because God can't tell you none of his secrets. Because your friends can't even tell you none of theirs. So how could God trust you with mankind? Shut up. Stop it. They're gonna leave. Okay. I saw something today. talking about empaths, right? And I'm learning about this empath thing I'm about to tell y'all. When I tell y'all it made so much sense, I don't know who this person is, but when I tell y'all it made my whole life make sense, I saw this morning. I said, oh my goodness, this is it. I'm just gonna tell y'all this, and this is probably why, because Jesus was an empath. He's God in the flesh, but he's still an empath. He can see, he can hear, he can know your thoughts and know your sickness. And Jesus was the first empath, if you ask me. Moving on. With that, well, he probably wasn't the first, but you know. Watching this little snippet of a video, they said the reason that people don't like being around empaths is because we reflect who you are to you. So if you've never had to think about who you are, when you come around an empath, you don't see nothing but yourself. Ah! I said, oh, wow, wow, as my grandson said, wow, wow, wow. That makes so much sense. Then they said, because you are empath and you vibrate like light or whatever, which I told y'all, they say people just don't like you because some people don't like the light you vibrate. They just don't like, I just don't like her. I don't give a. And now when I tell y'all it made my life make so much, because yeah, I see you. I literally, one of the things when I was in the streets, I used to say, I see you before. Oh, you don't know me. I said, I didn't say I know you. I said, but I seen you because God taught me to pay attention to character, things that people say, how they move, how much noise they make when they come into a room. He taught me all of that. I seen you before. I know exactly who you are. Exactly who you are. My daddy taught me to pay attention to the countenance of a man and a woman, a person. He taught me. I couldn't have made it through the situations I made it through without him teaching me that. So, yeah, I seen you before. I see you. I used to tell people, I see you. And they thought I was saying, no, I see you, nigga. Excuse my language. And that goes for everybody. I see you. If you a hoe, I see you. If you a snake, I see you. I see you. Even, and God made, listen, where in the Bible did God not make them deal with the snakes? Jerusalem was constantly filled with snakes. With people that look like the Jews, that act like the Jews, or wanted to get a bond with the Jews, or whatever it was, and they were snakes the whole time. Jealous, envious, because God was letting rain down on Jerusalem or the Jews or whoever you want to call it, and all of the people on the outside was pissed, and they was trying to act like they was cool, but really they wasn't. They was there to siphon information so that they could use. Simon the sorcerer, he hung out with Paul Neal or Peter, whichever one. He hung out with them so he could learn how to lay hands and how to speak in tongues and how to look. He said, I'll give you money if you teach me. He saw the way the people blessed Paul and Peter and all of them. He saw that. He was a magician, which means you had to pay for his services. Magicians didn't do nothing for free. To go to a magic show, don't you gotta pay, right? You go to a witch and she gonna do something for you. You go to a psychic, you go to a reverend nowadays, you wanna talk to a bishop, you wanna talk to an apostle, you wanna talk to a prophet, most times, you gotta. Oh, wait a minute. So I gotta pay $2.99 an hour to talk to a prophet, and I gotta pay $2.99 to talk to a psychic. I gotta pay $500 to go see this bishop preach, and I gotta pay $500 to this witch for her to tell me what's gonna happen in my life, and for her to give me a cloth and a rock, and I paid him $500 too. If I want to meet the high priest of whatever it is, I got to bring him a chicken and a piece of gold and a bottle of liquor. And then I got to come over here and about what I got to give you. archdiocese to come chill at your little function you got for ministers, it's about the same. Show me in the word where God, where Jesus charged people to teach them the word. Show me where, when he was teaching, he charged an entry fee. He was having conventions every day on boats, on yachts, on the sandy beaches, up in the mountain reserves. He was having church every day. Show me where he charged them. Wait. There are a few people. CJ, are you here? Nephew, did he leave? He probably had to go to church. Okay. Hi. Okay. Example. You talk to me on the phone in real life? Nephew? Before you talk to me? How much did I charge you to talk to me, nephew? Okay. There's other people that I have talked to. It's people that have offered me hundreds of dollars an hour to do a conference call, a Zoom call with them. And I said, no, I'm not going to take no money. Now, if you want to bless me after the call, that's something different. But to charge you to talk to me, I didn't even give, this guy gave me all this for free. So who benefits from that? I don't expect nothing from y'all. Do you know that? When I started this, I didn't expect nothing. Y'all had to make me go get a Cash App and make me go get a Venmo and make me go get all of this stuff, and I still turn it into a business where I'm giving it away to other folks. It ain't mine to have. And I always told God, if you ever bless me, I'm just going to give it to the people that need it. You have given me way before this. God has always given me whatever I asked for. I might have had to go through some things. I ain't talking about getting it the wrong way. I might have had to, he made me sit down. Maybe I had to go through all kind of tests or whatever, experiences. But I guarantee you, it's not mine to sell. This game that I give, it ain't mine to sell. That's why I won't write a book. It ain't my game to sell because everything in there is going to be my story. But I can't sell it without putting a word in there. It ain't my way. It ain't mine to sell. I'm just going to give a virtual book. And I'm not saying it like, oh, I'm saying it like I'm trying to show y'all God's math. It don't come the way you think it do. Just like the way that his crucifixion and all those things are portrayed, it's different. Who feels like the Bible is different now? Who feels like what you've been taught? If you go to every church this Sunday, if we go through lives right now, everybody gonna be saying the same thing. I promise. Same scriptures. I done did it this morning already. I said, well, yep, nope, not doing that. Nope. No, we gonna talk about the other stuff. We gonna talk about it, but we gonna talk about the other stuff. All right, well, let's get finished. Come on. All right, then. Okay. Here we go. Oh. It says 23, y'all. It says, then they replied to Pilate, we saw the ensigns themselves bowing and worshiping Jesus. Then the governor called the ensigns and said to them, why did you do this? And the ensign said to Pilate, we are all pagans and worship the gods in the temples. And how should we think anything about worshiping him? We only held the standards in our hands and they bowed themselves and worshiped him. So I take that back. We said we pagans and we worship a whole bunch of gods. Then we have some people here that was not raised on Jesus Christ. How many people here was not raised on Jesus Christ, but you be in the WOIU community? Or maybe you was and then you start worshiping Satan or the ancestors or whoever. And now you just like hearing about the stories of the Lord. Anybody? Do anybody? We ain't got nobody today. They still sleep. Okay. Because I know we got high priestess that follow us. We got all kinds of people. You wasn't raised in the church, but you always believed God. Okay. I used to meddle with things I was not supposed to. Look it. You and Toya. Wait, is Toya here? She cracked every time I think about her. She said, I went to get them tarot cards out that drawer, auntie, and I heard your voice say, you better put that back. I wonder how many people hear my voice in their head. For real. Because my ex-husband and my kids say it all the time. So when my friends say it, so I'm like, dang. I wonder how many people had I just be talking in. Like, I don't know if I should be scared or what. Oh, that's crazy. You better not. That's funny. That's crazy. And the Lord said, oh, y'all hear that all the time? That's good. Daddy. Hello. So you be letting me play like a tape recorder in their head. That made me happy. You put me on their mind. No, I'm just playing. Hey, hopefully you be hearing scripture and me talking crazy. A mixture of both, because I am a duality being. I'm a dual being. For real, I'm a dually. Yeah. Listen, sure do. Listen, I'm grateful for y'all. And can I tell y'all something? I'm happy I don't got to do fake church with y'all. I never wanted. Listen, I knew that I was gonna teach. I knew it. I used to say it all the time. But I just don't want to teach in the church because they're gonna put limits on what I can say and do, and I don't want to do that because I know God ain't in a box. And the way I teach ain't gonna fly. They're gonna be and wrestle me down out the pulpit and kick me out. I don't want to go there, Dad. I just don't want to go through it. And he said, okay. Start on the street. Start on the bus stop. Start in your house. Start at this party. Start with people calling you over and they already got the meds and the libations ready, and you think y'all about to party, and they say, "All right, everybody in. She's ready for Bible study." Hold up, I thought we was about to have a session. I'm out of here. This is settled. I ain't come over here for. What? Y'all said y'all was having a barbecue. I came over here. I'm getting pushed into the garage, and it's all these people in here. Like, yep, we got everything you need. Come on, sit on down. Do your thing. Whatever you got to say. Just everybody ready. Come on, girls. I'll be back. I'm not coming back. I'll be back another day. The heck? I did not come over here to work. I came over here to chill. Make you a plate and sit down. Yep. They being set it up. We gonna call her over here, and then we just gonna act like ain't we gonna, and she gonna do it. She can't help it. Like it just happened with her. Like y'all don't know. That's why I be like, who gonna be there? Who gonna be there? I don't know if I wanna go. A friend told you study too much. Yep. Don't worry about it. They gonna be mad here in a minute. What was that you were saying about? Oh, I don't remember. I don't know. I done moved on from that. I studied too much, so that was long ago. Be smart, I would like that. No, I'm just playing dumb. Don't do it. Hmm? You said you don't want to be a part of the cult, huh? What cult? Because this ain't no cult, honey. Mm-mm. We do not have a cult. This is a university, a school. Don't know about it. I already got out of the cults. Hell, the cults was the churches. Oh, they mean the church. Yeah. Yeah. Because how is your pastor telling you what to do to your husband and your wife in your bedroom? That ain't none of your business. You was not standing in the middle. You was standing in front of us. But you is not included in this. God is the head. 501Cs are codes. Go away. Because we have a 501C. And if you have such an issue, I've been noticing your comments and they've been getting on my nerves. So if you don't want to be here, just go find somewhere where they want to hear your rubbish. Because our 501C actually, the meaning of it means a distributor of gifts, not curses. So please go away. Because I've been noticing them. I'm having a good day. And this wrap look fabulous on my head. So just, oh, oh, you seeing the church buildings. Okay, I was about to say, now wait a minute now. Come on. Y'all got to clean it. Just make it a little bit more clear. I'm sorry, Sam. I'm like, damn, on. I be trying to be good. I don't know if I can. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ooh. See? I am a work in progress. I be having to go back to the potter's wheel too. Listen. Sorry. It was a time I wouldn't have. But I can say I'm sorry now. The Lord has worked on me. But y'all, cause y'all know people be on here talking crazy, and I don't be knowing. I can't. It ain't a whole 2 paragraphs, so I get one-liners. I don't know what it's saying. You don't get so many characters. Yeah, at least I'll be honest and say I'm sorry. Most people be like, "Oh well," and I used to be those people, but now I'm working on it. I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry. All right. So even the pagans, they said, we are all pagans and worship the gods in the temples. And how should we think anything about worshiping him? We only held the standards in our hands, and they bowed themselves and worshiped him. Then said Pilate to the rulers of the synagogue, do ye yourselves choose some strong men and let them hold the standards, and we shall see whether they will bend of themselves. So the elders of the Jews sought out 12 of the most strong and able old men and made them hold the standards, and they stood in the presence of the governor. Then Pilate said to the messenger, take Jesus out, and by some means bring him in again. And Jesus and the messenger went out in the hall. And Pilate called to the ensigns who before had borne the standards or the flags, and swore to them if they had not borne to the if they had not borne the standards in that manner when Jesus before entered in, and he would cut off their heads. Dang. Whew. Then the governor commanded Jesus to come in again. And the messenger did as he had done before, and very much entreated Jesus that he would go upon his cloak and walk on it. And he walked upon it and went in. And when Jesus went in, the standards bowed themselves as before and worshipped him. Could y'all imagine? They got Jesus going out of the presence of the president into the presence of and watching. Now, the president then walked in and the flags didn't bend, but Jesus walks in and all the flags bend both times on national TV. What y'all think gonna happen? They gonna be upset. They gonna be upset. Could you imagine? But if you think about it, he was the King of Kings in the flesh. We reading it online. We reading it online, Colette. Who just came in? Y'all get them ready. Tell them where we at while I go to the bathroom before we read too. If you just came in, you can read this for free right now with us. Okay, y'all, if you have another device, just go to sacredtext.com, go to the Lost Books by Rutherford Platt, and go 11 down, type in the Book of Nicodemus, Sacred Text. That's easier, and it's going to take you right there. So go to Sacred Text real quick, because I got to go to the bathroom again. Sacred Text. This is lemonade today, too, but homemade. So it's really just like lemon water with sugar. But lemon flush the blood out real good, don't it? Now the sugar just is for me. But you think you have a demon in your house and people think you crazy, get some blessed oil and go over all your windows. If you got kids, go through their toys. Or ask if you got kids, I don't know if you do, ask them where they feel scared, and whatever it is that's you being used as a portal into your home, God will show you where it's at. You need to go around your house, around your windows and everything. It's your man. Oh, girl. So every time you cook, you just gonna have to, you got you some blessed oil, don't you? Blessed oil is olive oil. Cook your chicken in it, I don't know. Or, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie though. I put my blessed oil on my hands and be like, babe, let me give you a massage, because you ain't about to kill me this evening. The Lord already told me the spirit is on you. So come here, let me give you you ain't about to get me. What I tell y'all about these? If it ain't no lid on it, this is a person's body. A vaso, a vase, a cup. Okay? A chalice. Any spirit parent that wants to go, if ain't no lid on this, and you, oh, I don't believe in God. Oh, yeah, well, I got to be steering clear of you. Because if y'all went and watched who went and watched the movie last night? I'm going to get back to this real quick. Who went and watched the movie last night? Anybody watch The Storm of the Century? Even if you didn't make it through all of it, did you watch an hour, 2 hours of it? We're going to talk about it later. Yeah, but can I ask y'all one question? Who read the book of Og? Who read the book of Og? Do y'all remember when it said when his dark ones came on him, certain ones, the giants, their eyes would turn what color? Black. Can I ask y'all a question? One other question, and then I'm going to go. Remember when I had y'all look at the scripture that say, beware, because you never know when you entertain the angel, and I always say it never says good or bad. And in order for an angel, for you to not know, they got to look like us. Now, did you see how they knew everything about everything? All the sin that was done. So when a spirit comes to you after that person dies, who's telling you that business? If we know that the soul goes back to God after 7 days, for sure, it says it goes back to God who called it. After the 7th day, most people are buried within the first 7 days of their passing. Who's giving you that information? Tell me. Make you think about your interactions, or even when you've watched the crime show and a person they got away from a murder and they said their whole eyes turned black. They had this smirky grin on their face and then their eyes changed and I knew that person wasn't in there anymore. Did he not look human to y'all? Didn't he look human to y'all? Didn't he look like a regular person to you? It's a movie by Stephen King, The Storm of the Century. And he don't remember. Yeah, I know. Can I ask y'all a question? Anybody ever watch Supernatural? Anybody? Y'all watch Supernatural? What used to happen with them? It'd be a regular person, and then how would we know that the demon entity was coming to the surface or in them? How would we know? Their eyes would turn black. And the scripture says that the eyes are the window to the so I never watched a crime show and they said, hey, their eyes are lifeless. You can look in there and tell there's nothing there, man. Just pure evil, like there's nothing there. Like no emotion, like no nothing, dude. Like no remorse or anything. Like, dude, like his eyes are completely empty. You ever heard that? Yeah? Okay. People. Every time you think about a person thinking you know them, people. And just like you can't see through here, and I can tell you that this is lemonade, but it can easily be vodka. And I can tell you this coffee, and it could easily be tea or something else. You won't know until it's up close and personal to you, and until after you take off the protection that you know what's in there. And if it's poisonous, it could be too late. Y'all getting this? There were people walking around when Jesus was alive that looked a certain way. But when certain situations came up in their life, mask off, come on. When certain situations came up in their life, the cup they had been carrying didn't pour out the Lord, it poured out the devil's ways. Lies, schemes, backdoor, backroom conversations, trumped up charges, innocent people put to death, but they look like nourishment. They look like the people that was helping. They look like the police. Never mind. I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'm gonna be right back. That's see, circle. That's why you always be getting some. Never mind. I'll be right back. Just give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry. I don't know if you know how to say that out loud. So I'm not crazy. My phone was off, y'all. Not off as in not the bill due, but off as in I'm wondering why I wasn't getting no messages. That's why I took my phone with me. Okay. Yep, we on Nicodemus on Sacred Text. It's the 11th one down in the Lost Books by Rutherford Platt. Okay, here we go. Now, so y'all see how the Jews is all riled up against Jesus? Y'all see that? Okay. Somebody just joined the website. Now I need y'all to skip down to chapter 4, where it says Pilate finds no fault in Jesus, and the Jews demand his crucifixion. Y'all see it? Yes? No? Maybe so. Y'all see it? Okay. Wait, God sunshine, you be on it, don't you? Okay. We down right here. So we didn't skip 2. You can go read 2 on your own. All right. So it says, then Pilate left Jesus in the hall and went out to the Jews and said, I find not any one fault in Jesus. The Jews say unto him, but he said, I can destroy the temple of God and in 3 days build it up again. Pilate said unto them, what sort of temple is that which he's speaking of? What kind of temple are you talking about? Pilate said, I'm sorry, for the Jews saith unto him, or say to him, that which Solomon was 46 years in building, he says he would destroy and in 3 days build up. And Pilate said to them again, I am innocent from the blood of that man. Do ye look to it? Y'all getting this? Pilate said he ain't did nothing. And the church people said, we found something else. Every single time that Pilate said he ain't did nothing wrong, he ain't broke no law, the church people said, yes, he did. Well, he did this. Well, he did that. Well, you know she used to be a hoe. You know she got 4 baby daddies. You know she been homeless. You know he went to jail. And you know he came out a little different than he went into jail. Honey, he done went to jail for selling drugs. His daddy did too. So when you can't find one thing, you're going to go dig up something else about somebody to continue to get people to not like them, and most of it don't even be true. Jesus going in and out and in and out. That's why they say they drug him in front of the judges. They got this man walking over like, do he doing magic tricks or something? Right, Queen. Okay. The Jews said to him, his blood be upon us and our children. The church people, Pilate, the person that had the authority to put Jesus to death, said, he ain't getting nothing wrong. I'm not killing this man. And the Jews said, oh, we'll take the blood on us and our kids. They cursed themselves and their children. They were so bloodthirsty to get Jesus out of their way. They said, put it on us and our kids, the fault for his blood then. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? The Jews kept trying to find stuff. They remember? Okay, but who remembers reading the birth of Jesus Christ? They have been going and telling on Jesus since he was like 5 years old. Y'all remember? Jesus been getting drugged in front of the officials. When he made the sparrows, they went and told the Jewish leaders. When the boy fell down, all of that. Remember, he crippled the hand of one of the teacher that went to hit him because he thought Jesus was being smart. He killed the one little boy, and then he brought him back to life and said, but I'm going to let his hand be with one of his members so he know not to play with me. This is probably why Jesus went off and was gone, and his parents was looking for him. He was over in the temple, but then he went away. For like 10 years, 20 years, he was gone. Out into the world. The first Buddha they showed, didn't he look like a little boy? A little nappy head black boy, too. Probably about 12, 13. With puffballs in his hair, starter locks. The first real Buddha is a nappy head little black boy. The older pictures that they got of Jesus, he got locks that's about right here. They say Buddha was tall. Because if you look at Buddhists and Confucianism and a couple other ones, it's Psalms and Proverbs. Psalms and Proverbs. Wonder why. If God gave Solomon the wisdom, and then Jesus came along, and the same stuff that is Buddhism is Psalms and Proverbs. And the first Buddha had Bantu knots, starter locks, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Skin like bronze, hair like wool. Come on. Okay. All right. Sorry, y'all. Keep turning. I need to lock this page so we don't do that. All right. The Jews say to him, his blood be upon us and our children. Then Pilate, calling together the elders, the scribes, the priests, and the Levites, saith to them privately, do not act thus. I have found nothing in your charge against him concerning his cursing sick people, his curing sick persons, breaking the Sabbath, or worthy of death. Ain't that all the priests? That's the bishops, the ministers, the apostles, the deacons, and pastor. No, I didn't say it was wrong. I said Buddha is a little black boy with a nappy head. Jesus went out into the world at about 11, 12, 13 years old and came up missing. And then, I was just saying. And he showed up in many forms before he showed up on earth. Because y'all do realize that the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego happened before Jesus was born. Right? So how did the Son of Man show up before he was born? In the fiery furnace with the Hebrew boys. Did y'all know that? Yeah. They weren't born yet. They said, I see the Son of Man on the side of them. Who else saw the Son of Man before he was born? We read another story where they saw the Son of Man before he was born too. What story was that? Adam and Eve. Remember when Adam died? Remember? When Adam died, Seth and his mama was standing there, and God let the clouds open up when God was taking Adam's soul up. Remember? And they said, who is that? Who are those two Negroes standing on the side of the Son of Man? Hmm. Oh, thank you, Amari. It's because my hair needs to be done. I'm trying to wait till Tuesday, so I could just keep it tied up until we get to this place on Friday. So I'm doing my hair on Tuesday. Go to the beauty shop on Tuesday. Try to get ready for our shindig this weekend. They knew what he looked like already. Some folks did because they described him. Yep, Jace. They seen him with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and they seen him. They seen him somewhere else too. I just can't remember the story. He showed up another place. Excuse me. I know it's gonna be so fun. I'm excited. Yep. Yep. Enoch saw him as well. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. He did. You right. Because he seen him at the gates waiting on his kids to be called in. You right. And he would stand up there and cry and stand up. You right. He sure did. I forgot. You see? I said, I read it somewhere else. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Okay. You saw Abraham, sorry, when he was in the fire? Is that in the Testament of Abraham or the regular Bible? Mm-hmm. The same thing that happened to Enoch. He was translated. He did die. He died and was resurrected, but he got his heavenly body after that. Oh, okay. Mhm. Same way Enoch did. Like Enoch is about to come back. Y'all realize that, right? Enoch and Elijah. Who's scared about that? It's a little spooky. We've been reading about Enoch, and now y'all about to see what he looked like shortly. Tell me that's not gonna be freaky. Think about all the people in the world that don't know who Enoch is, never knew he existed, and he about to be back. And Elijah. You want some pinto beans, Elijah? Yeah. Ugh, now y'all wonder why Circle just been trying to get a mind right. We've been reading this man's story, and he about to be back to life after all since this however many generations ago. It's gonna feel like the Black Mirror show. It's gonna feel like something. You want some pinto beans, Elijah? How did you miss what? Elijah and Enoch are the two witnesses that were translated that are going to come back to fight against. It's in Revelations. They the two witnesses from Revelations. Yeah, Enoch and Elijah are the two witnesses that were translated so that their earthly body, they took off their earthly clothes, and they put on eternal clothes because they had to go. Like, Enoch is the one that wrote down all our stories. It was Enoch. Remember, he said, "Come on up here. I'm gonna just tell you stuff I ain't even told my angels and stuff yet. And the elders up here, nothing. You my friend. I'm gonna tell you. Come on. You just sit right here with me, Metatron." He wrote all our books. He's the scribe, the heavenly scribe. There's others, angels and stuff, but he's the heavenly book dude. Atlas, exactly, holding up the whole world. He know everybody's story. Librarians. Mm-hmm. Yep, and they gonna be able to breathe fire just like the Antichrist. They gonna be able to breathe fire. Enoch and Elijah gonna be able to breathe fire just like this man that just got released over here. That they come out as the Messiah. Enoch know everybody business. He do everybody. The people before him and after him. Mm-hmm. Right. He's the forensic librarian. Right. Okay. Nope. The blood spatter over there. He's guilty, Lord. I watched it happen. Oh no, nephew, I won't be nowhere around. It's about to go. Boy, is you crazy? You can go. Tell me at work out, nephew. Bring me something back. I ain't gonna be able to make that trip. I'm gonna be trying to find me a hole to dig out. I ain't trying to go nowhere near Jerusalem when old boy get put on the. Oh no. Okay, moving on. He gave me anxiety, boy. All right. Okay. Where else? All right. Okay. It says the priests and Levites replied to Pilate, "By the life of Caesar, if anyone be a blasphemer, he is worthy of death. But this man hath blasphemed against God, against the Lord." Then the governor again commanded the Jews to depart out of the hall, and calling Jesus, said to him, "What shall I do with you?" Jesus answered him, "Do according as it is written." And y'all wonder why Circa got a smart mouth. He said, "Do whatever you want to do." Make me no different. He said, "What's written? Do that. Do it." Because Pilate can't find nothing wrong. And the priests, the pastors, the church folks keep on dragging this man back and forth to try to accuse him of something he ain't did wrong. The church folks, the bishops, the ministers, the archdiocese, them people. Y'all see it? Y'all see it for yourself? Huh? This is why Jesus called them vipers, snakes. Because they wasn't having these conversations. These conversations they was not having where the church people could hear them. They was behind closed doors with all of the officials. Ministers' meetings. That's who was here. Y'all see it? This was a ministers' meeting. The officials of the religious organizations of that time. We don't talk about this. Okay. Pilate said to him, "How is it written?" And Jesus said to him, "Moses and the prophets have prophesied concerning my suffering and my resurrection." The Jews hearing this were provoked and said to Pilate, "Why wilt thou any longer hear the blasphemy of this man?" Okay, who remembers me saying everybody got a part to play? And you need to know your lines and what your party is in the movie, of this movie called Life. Do you realize that when Jesus said what they said, he didn't even realize they was talking about them? They didn't even realize they was being played right on into the part. They knew the words so well, but they couldn't see themselves. Listen, they got mad because he said, "I'm the person they talking about in the scripture that's going to suffer for the people." That made them mad because they knew the Bible and they said, "No, he didn't try to say that he the one killing." They don't even realize that they literally are fulfilling the word at that moment. They know the word, but they don't even see what role they're scripted to play. And they're about to make you suffer. Ding, 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 ding. On cue. Now go. Action. Go. Think about it. Now let me bust your head right here. They had, what, 4, 5, 6 times of taking Jesus out in the hall, bringing him back. Taking Jesus. Look at how many chances God gave the Jews a chance to change. In just these 4 chapters, God was giving the Jews a chance to change. Jesus kept walking through the threshold, going out. Every time they could have stopped it before they did the sin that was going to cost them everything. How many times has God let you walk in and out of a door that you know you ain't supposed to keep going back and forth in, and that last time they be like, "Not this time, you can't leave." It ain't gonna be that easy to leave this time. I ain't going back over there, I promise. And how many people never leave? They be in the basement, in the closet, or in the garage in a box, and ain't nobody seen you. You said my throat. Listen, I'm just gonna do it this one time. I know I said I wasn't gonna do it no more, but it's just my second time doing it. It ain't nothing. Isn't that how people get addicted to drugs, alcoholism, an abusive man or woman? God gives you plenty of chances, even if you don't see it like that, because you just was doing what you was doing. You didn't see that as grace. He didn't see that every time you started up your car to go purposely seeing that he could have just let somebody run into you and you would have never even had a chance. And your whole intention was to go sin. So you died with sin on your mind. And you didn't have a chance to change the thought. So when you wake up on the other side, plenty of people have died in bank robberies. They was on their way to sin. Plenty of people have died on their way to go hurt somebody else, and their intentions was, if I see him, I'm gonna do it. There are people that have died on the way to cheat on their wife and or husband, and they never got a chance to do it, and they never got a chance to say, God forgive me, because it came out of nowhere. You were so focused on your sin like the Jews that you couldn't see the chances that God gave you to change your mind. Don't do this thing. The Jews had the same mindset. We don't care if it's wrong. We want what we want and we gonna get it. We don't care if it's a sin. Put the sin on us and our kids. I don't care. I'm about to be with my man. I don't care. And then your children are ruined. Your sin fall on your kids. So the man that you didn't care and the kids kept telling you he didn't essayed all your babies. Then what? Their lives has changed forever because you got what you wanted. It's mothers that don't have their kids no more because they wanted a man or a woman over responsibility. Your babies is telling you, Mommy, I don't like you. Daddy, I don't like her. She's mean to me when you leave. Boy, shut up. Your mama telling you to say that. Girl, shut up. Your daddy said, shut up. I'm going to do what I want. No, Mommy, please listen. And now you want to know, I can't believe he did what we were. But when your babies was crying to you, you didn't listen. Y'all better open up your ears and your eyes. There is always warning, mercy, and grace that comes before a fall, a tragedy. You can blow it off if you want to. Just because you don't think about it don't mean it ain't gonna happen. The devil's job is to keep you blinded so he can attack what's yours. You ever read the story of Job? Ask Job understood what was happening. Everything around him was crumbling down, but his body was too broke down, or he couldn't see. He could see it, but it wasn't nothing he could do about it. You can live the way you want to, but at what cost? You can do whoever you want to, but at what cost? You can be whoever you want to, but at what cost? And I'm not here to offend nobody, but I have been watching some of these trans stories, and y'all, it is breaking my heart. Where these people are saying my doctors was playing in my mind. I'm sick now for the rest of my life. I can't have children either way because I don't have nothing here to produce. I didn't save it. And they didn't tell me that my vaginoplasty or whatever it's called was going to close up. I keep having surgeries. I can't dilate. So now the very reason I got it, I can't even use it for that. And I can't go back to my old way. Messing me up, y'all. Messing me up, messing me up, messing me up. It just reminds me of Jasher when it says that the woman was taking a drink and it rendered them barren. So that their bodies could be the way that they wanted. But they regretted it afterwards. And I'm not saying everybody, but it's starting to sound like Jasher. It's starting to sound like when the angels started miscegenation and they started taking animal parts. And I'm saying the women that's getting these big boobs, you getting pig muscles and horse muscles put down in your body to change it. It's just blowing my mind. It's the same thing that the fallen angels was doing. It's crazy. And it was someone else's suggestion. Someone that's telling them how to think. Someone I'm telling them there's something wrong with you. You don't look the way you're supposed to look. Well, if that was the truth, why do they regret it? If what you're telling these people, doctors, is the truth, why they commit suicide then? Make it make sense, y'all mutilating these babies' bodies to get these parts for y'all spells. We know what y'all doing. Y'all need their organs. Y'all done seen the scary movies where they cut off a man's orifices and throw it on the plate for a spell. What y'all think they doing with them? The breast tissue is a part of a mutilation ritual. You need organs for spells. And certain organs have magical reproductive powers. So if I take the reproduction organs of a thing, God tells you to be fruitful and multiply. So who's telling you to cut your organs out so that you can't? That's the first command we was given. Be fruitful and multiply yourself. But with the way that the world is going, if everybody get their way, ain't nobody gonna be able to reproduce. So then the whole world will again have gone against the first orders that we were given. Who running that train, y'all? God tell us don't cut ourselves. What is plastic surgery? The mutilation of fat, skin, and tissue. We're being carved like animals. We are being carved like wood when God already said he carved us. He said, I formed you here. You were already formed. All I'm saying is, y'all better look at who the gods of this world is and what they believe in and what laws of God that's telling you to go against, and you will see who running that train. I promise you. And I'm not talking about nobody. I'm not talking about nobody's way of life. I'm just putting it down the way because you can look at it any way you want. But I'm seeing who's driving what train. The devil is perversion. The devil is anything that go against God and go against his way. And it started with this, but now it's a broader spectrum of things. And at the end of that is abuse of children. Make it make sense. And the mutilation of babies' bodies. And they say the kids is the closest thing to God. And they starting to mutilate their bodies before they hit 14. Before they hit 12, they put them on puberty blockers, which is stopping certain things from forming, and then they plan to mutilate them. Keep them at their purest state, and then mutilate them. Ain't that what the people that wear the red bottom shoes is doing? They get them as close to young as they can because they say they pure, and then that's how they get the adrenochrome. They want them before puberty so that they can mutilate them. Ain't that what they doing with the? They gonna give your baby hormones and then mutilate them. Mutilate them. They keep them in their purest form so that they don't change and then mutilate them. That's what they be doing. The Clintons and stuff be doing. And the rap artists that play Hunger Games. Ain't that what they be doing? When they what's the stuff hit their system? No, why they got you looking? When it will. Well, quit drinking people's kids' blood so y'all be okay. In the 4th year of the drought and frost by night, the false Rephaim and Nephilim priest of Baal of the earth, moon, sun, and all the hosts of heaven led the giants to the unspoken mistake. Queen Lesta has henceforth known through both kingdoms as the last of the female giants. We should not have trusted the prophets of Baal, whose forecast and divining became as those who turn the wise backwards and render the knowledgeable foolish. I had already spoken of their death and judgment. In this season, the smaller cells were found in both lands. From that time forth, only the smaller cell females were trained to serve in the temples as priestesses and sorcerers. The proper use of the smaller cells were as slaves, temple servants, and food for the giants. Smaller cell men indeed became food for the giants, and their male offspring were indeed burnt and sacrificed to Baal of the earth in the hills above the kingdom of Og. Nimrod's kingdom chose to circumcise the males of the smaller cells. He allowed the smaller cells to marry. He didn't sacrifice their offspring as the Rephaim did. Circumcised Nimrod became the champion of the smaller cells and their great circumcised hunter. Who's been accused of eating people lately? The people that live in the hills? Don't most of them live in the Hollywood Hills? Above everybody else? No? Ain't these the people that they saying now is eating people? Oh, celebrities in the government. So nothing has changed since the days of Og of Bashan. That the people that live up in the hills be secretly eating people and drinking their blood. So the same demons and evil spirits that was in the elite and the celebrities back then is in the elites and the celebrities and the rulers now. And they in secret in the hills behind closed doors eat little people. The smaller cells, kids. Hmm. So nothing has changed. So maybe the same spirit that was running them was running them. Hmm. Maybe it has nothing to do with nothing. Or maybe it has everything to do with everything, seeing as how Balenciaga mean the worship of Baal, and that's who these people worshipped. Baal is king, Balenciaga, and the list goes on with the other ones. So the elite and the leaders back then worshipped Baal, and the elite and the famous people now have exotic rituals where they sacrifice babies and drink. They worship Baal and mocked. This is why Jesus had to come and be the ultimate sacrifice. So you don't need to, he gonna be the lamb. So there don't need to be no more people sacrificing. So why is they still doing it? Sacrificing their children and their mothers and their husbands and their unborn children that they pretend to have, and then all of a sudden the baby just didn't make it, and then no, the baby made it. This is how they so comfortable having babies with surrogates as well. Because if you never knew I had a baby on the way, if we never said anything to about it, but it's our egg and it's our sperm and we sacrificed that kid, well, you didn't know nothing about it. Because we just didn't let it be out that we got a surrogate to hold our baby. During the ceremonies, especially the high ceremonies in which human sacrifices were performed, demons often took on physical forms of humans. If you watched the movie last night, you will know that this is true. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. Demons often took on physical human forms. At times, it was difficult to tell who was demon and who was human. However, demon eyes are cold and lifeless. Their touch is like burning coals, and yet there seems to be no life in them. Torture of loved ones, especially children, is also a favorite tactic to ensure absolute obedience. Parents are forced to stand and watch as their children are beaten to death, brutally essayed, and stripped of their skin. If the child survives, the parents cannot take him or her to the hospital because they would be thrown into jail for child abuse. They can never prove they had not done the torture to their child. There would always be other Satanists who would step forward to testify that they had seen the parents abusing the child. The doctors within the cult will not care for them unless the parents can afford to pay exorbitant sums of money. Or exorbitant, excuse me. Another form of method of discipline is sacrifice. Always there is a time of breathless horror and fear just before each human sacrifices. Every member of the congregation waits to see who will be sacrificed. Many of the sacrifices are people who have been disobedient or have tried to pull out of the cult. Werewolves, zombies, vampires, and other were animals do exist. I've seen many of them. This is a very closely guarded secret by Satan. No one controls these beings except Satan and his high ranking demons. He uses them mostly for discipline. I will never forget one incident where a man came to the meeting of Satan and Satan sent a werewolf after him. Hmm. There was SI or intimacy with demons also. Demons that could be seen and heard and felt in a physical manifestation. This would occur usually at meetings and Sabbaths where a lot of drugs were used. Demons also had unwilling demons SA'd people. People who were being punished for not doing what Satan or the demons wanted done. Often a man was forced to watch while more than one demon had brutal with his wife. That was a very effective way of discipline. You mean like panda eyes at the cult parties? I mean the Hollywood parties. They said that's a brutal procedure. That is so bad that it pops your eyes out. So much pain that it pops your eyes out in the Hollywood Hills in the Brotherhood of Secrecy that they all sign up into, where you got to watch your wife or child and the unknown children. Don't we always see our stars? They have this circle around them. They always talking about their secrecy. You got to sign non-disclosures to hang with them and go. Yeah, whole party with weirdos. Didn't they have on this one? That was no, 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 no. This why my daddy had to come and undo all this mess because the stuff is still going on. The same spirits that was ruling back then, y'all was giving them all your money with the name brand things. So we'll get back to this a little bit later. I'm gonna go eat and get up. We done been on here almost 3 hours. But as y'all can see, the church folks was relentless in trying to get Jesus, even when the people was like, he ain't did nothing. They like, yes, he did. In our eyes, he did. We'll finish this in a minute. I'll probably get back on in like an hour. I'm just gonna go eat. I'm going back to watch. All right, I'm gonna put it on there right now. I'll be back. I ain't gonna do much today because I'm today. This week I'm gonna be missing in action because I gotta get ready for Friday. Ooh, you got your bread maker going. Come on now. I love y'all. I'm gonna get back on. And plus, y'all can go read Nicodemus for yourself. Can I ask a question though? Did this reading of Nicodemus just a little bit, it make you look at the crucifixion just a little bit differently? Like, wait a minute. They said the Jews was coming, but they didn't say they did all this. Wait a minute. So they didn't drug this man back in front of the. And the person that said they wasn't going to, that's why they say the Jews crucified Jesus. It wasn't the Roman rulers and the Greek rulers, it was the Jews. They just needed the Roman and Greek rulers to give them the okay to do what they wanted to do anyway. Because he said, I washed my hands. This man ain't did nothing. Why is y'all trying to kill him? And the church people was like, because he make us look bad. And we don't want to deal with him. We trying to get rid of him. So listen, go on and finish reading Nicodemus. It's real good. Because y'all know y'all get to read it in here about when he went to hell and kicked the door down and Beelzebub and was like, who is it? You know, that whole thing. It's all in here. If you want to know what happened when Jesus died for them 3 days, it's in the book of Nicodemus. If you're new here, if you want to continue reading, it's going to tell you about when Jesus went into hell, what happened. Don't tell it for other people. Don't tell it. Don't tell it. Don't tell it. We got some newbies. You're welcome. Oh, I love you too. We love you in the class. It ain't done. I'm going to go eat though because this coffee is hitting my stomach. I need to go put something in it. Just go to Sacred Text. You can read it right now. Online. You can go to Sacred Text and go to the Lost Books. Just type in the Book of Nicodemus, Sacred Text. The Gospel of Nicodemus, and then sacredtext.com, and it's going to pull right up. Yep, you can go read it right now. Sacredtext.com. Go down to the Lost Books. You have to hit Apocrypha. Or if you just type in the book of the Gospel of Nicodemus, Sacred Text, it's going to come up. You ain't got to go through all that extra. Yep, and you can go read what happened as soon as Jesus left the cross, where he went, who went with him, what happened. It's great. It's a great book. You don't need, why are you going to ZLib when you can just go straight to the website? The Gospel of Nicodemus. That's where you go read it. You can read it right now on your device. You don't have to go to ZLib. It's free. You don't have to pay. You don't have to register or anything. You can go read it right now. Yeah. I love y'all. I'm hungry. I gotta go eat me some food. I don't know, but I'm gonna make some eggs or something.